So I got it all cleaned up. The bees did not get angry with me. You can tell if they do, they'll start tapping you on the head. That means that's your warning. You better get moving out of the area. So we got it all cleaned up. And now, bees weren't super active either. That's the other reason they get too angry late in the season. So now we're going to just take some aluminum up. I'm ready to quit for the day, but I just wanted to do one little test. And that way I can think about it and decide if it's a good idea. And that is, would it work if I slid some aluminum? Got a little point there. I'll do this side. Underneath here, above the drip edge but below the shingles, and do that. Now, I'm kind of liking it. It slid up in there quite a ways, up into here, which is about where it should be. The nails probably are right into here to hold this on. So that's good. So we're up in that far. Plus, these aren't the 3-tab. These are the architectural, so there is no seam here anyways. So I guess one question is, do we leave it like that? That will bring the water away further. Or do we bend it down a little bit just for a little design character? I think I'm going to leave it like this. The only issue is when you put a ladder up here later, I guess I'll have to it'll bend it down, but it'll probably spring back up because this doesn't bend very easy. I mean, it bends, but it doesn't want to stay. It's pretty resilient. So what I'm going to need to do to hold this in, I think what I'll do is put like one of those metal screws right here, overlap, put one there. So I'll have two screws on the first one, which will be over there, and then I'll do one screw on every one after that. And I'll overlap them a good 2 inches. So that'll, I have this aluminum, it's the salvage stuff. It's really not going to, only cost will be the screws, which I've purchased a bunch of them ahead for doing metal roofs. Yeah, I think I'm going to like it a lot. I'm actually going to leave that one right there. Because the other option is it could friction fit and just stay right in there. But I'm a little afraid that might, although it feels pretty solid, that might be an option. Although I did try that on the bungalow and I noticed 1 or 2 pieces came out. But if you don't do this extended drip edge, here's what happens. Water comes down, pulls onto this, back, and then down. And on some of the house, now I don't really see it here, but on some of the house you can see where it's green in here, and that's because the water keeps running down there. And what got me going on this is when we were painting on the historic property, the paint it wanted to come off here, and plus I could see the wood was just getting wet every time. So that's what made me start thinking about the extended drip edge idea. So this is a little different than what I did before on some of them, but this is more works with asphalt. So I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to probably bring more of it tomorrow. I have some already here. Cut them into about 3-foot sections and then start sliding them in and screw them down.